So we are now in Tjørnavik again, and this time we are going for a very strenuous hike up here behind, and then we are going out to the sea to find some beautiful cliffs along the seashore. It's going to be absolutely epic. But first, we have to do the hike. You will find Tjørnavik on the northern side of Streymoy as described in episode 2. To find the trail, just park the car at the parking lot next to the beach and walk through the settlement. At the trailhead there is a sign describing the hike towards Saxon, which is the trail we will follow for the first half of the hike. So the initial idea was to wait with this hike for tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, but since the forecast changed last minute, as they do up here, we decided to go today instead. The reason for that is, as you can see, we have clouds above us. Well, there's also blue sky. The clouds is supposed to only be above the Faroes, and we should get clear horizon. If that's the case, there's a big chance of getting an afterburn, having the clouds lit from beneath, and that hopefully will look absolutely spectacular with the foreground I have in mind. Now my plan is, whether or not we get it, to release this video, and usually I go photograph, so I have something to show, but now I'm going to release it no matter what. So this is actually the official hiking path between Tjørnavik and Saxon, and the plan is to follow it up the mountains, up the valley here, and then afterwards going to diverge off it and walk out to the shoreline. And out there, hopefully it's going to be epic. Now I got to know about this location from Chris Airwalker, I think that's how it's pronounced. He went here during winter, and the second I saw this hike, I just knew I had to go there, of course, like it's obvious for me. So if you haven't seen his video from there, definitely check it out. I will link to it up here in the corner. All the way up along the trail there are plenty of beautiful foregrounds which you can use to get a photo, with the valley and Tjørnavik as the middle ground and the iconic cliffs Risingen and Kellingen in the background. So by now we have come to the top of Tjørnavik, and yeah, it looks pretty epic from up here. That is a beautiful view, and the air is so clear. Well, that is when we are not getting hit by a shower, but it's just incredibly beautiful. Be sure to hike all the way up here where this waterfall is to get this view if you go here, because this is just tremendously beautiful. And in regard to showers, the shower cap trick, if you don't know it, grab a shower cap, put your camera inside it, and it won't get wet. So In regard to our hike, our destination, I'm a little bit worried because as you can see up here, there's actually low-hanging clouds and we are going up in about that height, just up here, and would be a bit sad if it's all cloudy up there, but let's see. So the first climb is behind us. It's about 300 meters and we have to ascend to around 600 meters. So we are still having quite a long walk. By now, including pauses and photography, it has taken us just about 2 hours. So hopefully we will be there in due time for the sunset. But if not, well, we have all night because the sun is not, well, the sun is setting, but it's only like 4 degrees beneath the horizon, so we should have some kind of brightness all night long. So we are almost at a height of 600 meters and we have gone all the way down from the beach, so ocean level. And my biggest regret is that it's all foggy, or yeah, it's clouds up here. And if it was clear, we would have the most tremendous view from up here, but sadly not. So just gotta continue, and I do hope that the clouds will dissipate when we reach the coastline. They're still around a couple of kilometers. So there's this weird, ominous atmosphere when there's not really much wind and you're up in the clouds. It's definitely something which is fascinating. It comes highly recommended that you download some offline terrain maps for this hike to your phone. Even though the Faroes have great internet coverage, there are pockets where there is no signal. If you get low-hanging clouds, you need to be able to find your way. And speaking of finding your way, so there is this ongoing debate about whether or not you should tell people where to go when they are in nature, or they should find it out themselves. In my opinion, especially on a track like this or a trail like this, I want to share where to go because it can be a little bit dangerous and we do not want anyone to get hurt. So you start in Tjørnvik. You can start from Saxon, but I didn't start from Saxon, so I haven't gone that route. So start from Tjørnvik and just ascend up through the trail. It's fairly easy to find as it's marked. So just continue up through the valley here, and you can even see that the trail is marked here on the map. So you want to get to the ridge up here, and from here you want to go through this marshlands all the way up here. It's fairly easy to see and find, and then all the way to the top of the mountain here. As you can see, it's not too steep. You do not want to start walking out here just to save some stamina. You just walk all the way to the top. When you're on the top, it's completely flat. And then you just continue out here, out on this ridge here. It is very broad, so it's not as dangerous as it looks here. Even actually the map is also a little bit distorted, so it can look a bit more dangerous than it actually is. But just find your path down here and then descend those last 150 meters. When you are out here, as you can see in the video, it's also fairly safe. Don't go too close to the edge. There is about 450 meters down to the ocean. But overall, this walk here, this hike here, is not too dangerous or hard. Just remember to bring your brain. And when you're done, of course, just walk the same way back. And overall, For me and Sophie, the hike took, including photography, about 9 hours. So I would highly recommend to do this hike during summer, because there is not much light during winter and you do not want to do this hike without being able to see. So we have been walking in the clouds all the way over here, and I gotta admit, I wasn't too optimistic. But I was right in my assessment that when we hit the shoreline, the clouds would probably dissipate. And so they did. Oh boy, this place it's just, it's the Faroe Islands. There's nothing like it. So now it's just about getting down there and find a place to photograph. As far as I can see, you can see out here, the horizon should be clear. So when we get the sunset, we should have the sun light up all the clouds from underneath. Now, I'm crossing my fingers. One can hope, one can dream. But let's hope for it. So it's actually fairly late now, the sun has set, and sadly it didn't really turn into anything epic in regard to that. But luckily I got a lot of like really amazing drone footage, so that was good. Right now we are down here by the edge, photographing a huge rock, which is the focal point of the photo. And also something I like is this horizon here. Now you can see we have this stripe all the way through, which I really like. And I will probably do some magic with that in Photoshop. So we have also taken quite a lot of photos with Sophie in front to get that awesome perspective. And now we just want to go a bit further down to get another perspective. And then it's about time to head back. This place is just unbelievable. If you have the stamina to go here, it comes highly recommended. But be careful, it is a long hike, and I would suggest for you to go on clear days unless you exactly know how to find your way through fog and mist and low-hanging clouds. I really want to emphasize that this is not a hike you just do. It is incredibly strenuous and for advanced hikers only. As I always say, bring proper footwear and don't even try to attempt going here in sneakers. Also, bring plenty of water and food. You do not want to go sugar cold on some remote mountaintop in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. As more clouds formed on top of the cliff, which by the way is named Mýlingur, and the winds also increased, we decided to call it a night and started the long hike back. My Faroe Islands workshops for 2019 have already sold out, but be sure to subscribe to my newsletter as to be the first to receive news on new announcements. It also happens that someone has to drop out and that opens up a spot. With my newsletter you also get an upload notification whenever I have a new video out and when I release a new tutorial, which I plan to do in the near future. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always I would highly appreciate both a like and a comment.